Let's talk about unit conversions. I know, it sounds kind of basic, but honestly, it's the foundation for pretty much everything in physics and engineering. If you can nail this, you can solve some seriously complicated stuff. So today, we're going to do just that by tackling a classic problem. Hey everyone, for this explainer, I'm teaming up with the fantastic folks over at the Step-by-Step Physics YouTube channel. We are going to walk through a problem that pretty much every physics student has to face. It's problem 3 from the very first chapter of Halliday and Resnick's Fundamentals of Physics, the 12th edition. Let's get into it. All right, so here's the beast we're going to tackle. We're dealing with one super tiny unit, the micron, and we need to relate it to 3 completely different scales: kilometers, centimeters, and yeah, even yards. The secret here isn't to memorize a bunch of formulas. It's all about having one consistent method. So let's break this thing down.
Okay, first things first. Before we can start converting anything, we have to know what we're working with. So, what exactly is a micron?
A micron, which you might also see called a micrometer, is just 1/1,000,000th of a meter. That's it. And see this relationship right here? 1 micron equals 10 to the minus 6 meters? That is our golden ticket. Seriously, that one little piece of information is the master key that will unlock this entire problem for us.
All right, let's dive into part A, the question. How many microns can you cram into a single kilometer? This is a great place to start because we're going from something absolutely massive to something incredibly tiny.
Now here is the single most important strategy for any unit conversion. Don't try to go straight from your start to your finish line. It gets messy. Instead, always convert to a common base unit first. For us, that's the meter. So step 1, we just turn our 1 kilometer into meters. Simple enough. Okay, now that we're speaking in meters, we can use our master key, that definition of a micron. And this is why scientific notation is your best friend. Instead of trying to manage a number with 1,000,000 zeros, we just have to subtract the exponents. It's clean, it's fast, and it gets us right to our answer of 10 to the 9th. And there we have it, 1 billion. That's 10 to the 9th. A billion microns fit inside a single kilometer. That really puts the massive difference in scale into perspective, doesn't it?
Let's roll on to part B. Now pay close attention to the wording here. It's a little tricky. It's not asking how many. It's asking what fraction. But you know what? Don't let that fool you. Our game plan is exactly the same.
The strategy doesn't change, even though we're going from a small unit to a bigger one. We start with our single micron, and what's our first move? You got it. We convert it to our base unit of meters, using that same core definition from the beginning.
And for the final step, we just hop from meters to centimeters. Look again how easy the math is when we use exponents. We're just subtracting the powers of 10, which brings us cleanly to our answer, 10 to the negative 4. No messy decimals necessary.
So the answer is 10 to the minus 4. This means 1 micron is 1/10,000th of a centimeter. It's a tiny, tiny fraction of a centimeter, which is exactly what we should expect.
All right, time for the final challenge, part C. This is where they throw a real curveball at us. We're going to cross over from the metric system into the imperial system. The question is, how many microns are in 1 yard?
So, to get from the world of yards to the world of microns, we need a bridge between the two systems. And this is it. We just need to know this one conversion factor. 1 yard is equal to exactly 0.9144 meters. This little piece of info is the key to this last part. Our strategy still works perfectly. First step, as always, is to convert to our base unit. We use that bridge conversion factor, and we translate our 1 yard into the familiar language of meters. See the pattern?
And just like that, we are back on home turf. We have a value in meters, and we can apply the exact same conversion to microns that we used way back in part A. The method is always constant. It just works.
And that gives us our final answer, about 9.1 times 10 to the 5th microns. Now, it's always a good idea to do a quick sanity check. A yard is a little shorter than a meter, right? So it makes total sense that our answer is a little less than 1,000,000. Looks like we're on the right track. And there we go. We've navigated all 3 parts of the problem. So let's just pull it all together for a second and look at the big picture.
Here are our 3 final answers, all laid out. We've got 1 billion microns, 1/10,000th of a centimeter, and over 900,000 microns. The results are completely different, which really just goes to show how important it is to have a reliable method to get from one to the other.
And this right here is the whole point. Think about what we did.
Kilometers, fractions of a centimeter, yards. The questions seemed totally different. But the process, that method of converting to a single base unit first, was identical every single time. That's not just a trick for this one problem. That is the fundamental power of unit conversion.
You know, we've dealt with billions and 10,000ths today, which got me thinking about all the other strange units out there. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the most confusing, most bizarre unit conversion you've ever had to deal with? Thanks for watching.